Hi folks, in this lesson I'm going to take the homework that we did over the week 1, and I'm going to turn it into what's called a sticky form. Now if you've had WebD 153 with me or anyone else, you may have a little bit of experience with this, but we're going to do a couple of things with this script. We're going to do some error handling with it because that's where we left off with week 1. So I'm going to go ahead and change my extension to form.php. And what I want to do is make sure that when a value is submitted, that it's visible in the script. So what do I mean by that? Inside the form data, I want to show exactly what the user submitted. All right. So this will be an idea, give you an idea of how PHP works within values. So I have a form action equals form.php. I have a method that equals post, just like we did for homework. And now I'm going to go up here at the top and open up PHP and write my conditional. So my condition will be if scalar underscore post submit happens to be equal to register. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is inside here I'm going to grab the values. Okay. Now let's say I wrote error reporting all, and let's say I just did something like, all right, let's see, full name equals scalar underscore post full name. Now in our homework we outputted this. That was we echoed it out, right? So what I'm going to do is actually run this right now, run this script. So right now it's form.php. And you can see right now it's showing my source code, which is never a good sign. So what I need to do now is go in and not use localhost and not use the pathway, but just use localhost and form.php, and there's my stuff. And if I view the source code, you don't see any PHP at all, which is a good sign. But now, let's say I did selected some stuff and did register. My server, of course, is set to not output notices, which I discussed last week. So let's do error reporting this, and we'll do display errors, or any set display errors, and we had it at 1. So what I want to do is show you everything that this would show and how we can take care of it. So now I have an undefined index. This is the important part. It's only a notice, but it's saying that, hey, this is not have a value when I hit submit, when I just load the page without hitting submit. So what we can do is put this in a condition, okay? So I can do something like if is set post submit, like that, and also post submit is equal to register. Now this is an and also. As you go through the reading this week, you'll see that there's an or, but really we want both conditions to be met, that submit is set and it has to be equal to register. So now I can hit this again, and watch what happens when I hit register. I don't get anything, right? Which is great. That's perfect. So let's move forward. Let's do full name, and I'm going to echo out full name real quick. And we're going to go like this and hit register. Hit that, and I still don't have a value, which is great. So inside here now, let's go ahead and grab variable values for gender. Post gender. Okay. And let's have a year. We're doing the same thing we did for homework, except we're just not outputting it yet. We're going to be outputting it within the form, and that's the definition of a sticky form. And it is used when you have content management systems. Let's say you have a profile page and you update your profile. You want to see the values inside a text field. We do this again in the database course, but this should be fine right now. So I have these values now, and I can run. And I don't have any error. Oh, I have undefined index gender in line 7. So let's take a look at that. So line 7, because gender was never chosen. So what I can do is say, okay, if is set, which tests to see if the variable is set, scalar underscore post gender, then gender will equal postgender. So basically I'm saving this and then running it again and hitting this, and now I've killed that notice. So it's not always necessary to kill notices, but it is a best practice. So now that I have these values, what is the sticky form stuff that we're doing? Well, what we're going to do is have a value attribute down here, and I'm going to echo scalar full name, like that. Okay, so now pay attention. I'm actually outputting within the value attribute the full name of the user. So let's hit refresh, and I'm going to type in Chris Secor. Okay, and we'll just hit register. And see how it appeared there? If I have nothing, nothing appears. If I have Dave Smith will appear. That's because if we look at our source code, the value attribute of the full name is actually the variable that I hit. So now we have a sticky form. So the next step is to teach you how to deal with something like a radio button, because right now gender would equal this value, and we'd have to utilize HTML's check property. So basically what I'm going to do is write a condition in PHP, and this is where PHP gets good, because I'm doing something new students would never think I could do. Open up HTML and work right inside the tag. I'm literally inside the input type tag. So what I'm going to say is if scalar gender happens to be equal to the value male, then let's echo, and we'll do checked equals checked. So now I can test it again with my male category, and now I have an undefined variable gender, so we can fix that. But now I have gender male, and see how it's stuck? So basically, if is set gender we're doing the same thing we did above, and also gender is equal to male, then echo checked equals checked. So let's see if there's a notice now. I'm going to go back, and we're gonna remove that and just do a male and see if it happens. So nothing happened, right? Now we do this, and we're good to go. So that's a sticky form. That's how we handle the male side of it. Let's handle the female side. So in this case, the value would be female, or capital female, exactly the way it is. And now we can run this again. So I do want you to see the check property inside the HTML. So let's do female. There's female. Let's look at the source code again. And you should see checked equals checked, which is HTML5. So there we go, checked equals checked. I did that with PHP. So if you pay close attention to this video, you're going to really get a good handle of how PHP works. But of course, you have to understand form data as well. So let's work on the select statement. Now, select statement is just going to be a value. So I can say something like this. I can open up PHP inside this tag, right? And you'd think, when I first learned this, I was like, wow, how can you even do that without it yelling at you? Anyway, so what I can say is if scalar year is equal to freshman, then echo selected equals, and I'll do this in single quotes with double quoted attributes on the HTML, selected. Okay, just like that. And another thing I should remind you of, notice how I'm working. I'm actually working in, now see that goes to freshman, which it shouldn't. We should do a choose below in the form to make this even better. So I'm going to do an option value equals empty. But you notice how I'm testing every time I make a change? That's so I don't paint myself into a corner. I want to make sure that I catch errors right away. So now I have this, right? Let's do a choose below. So I'm going to do choose below and hit this, hit refresh, we got choose below now. Sophomore should go to choose below, but freshman should be freshman, and it stays at freshman. So we've got that now. So now all I have to do is go and copy my PHP and paste it within the drop-down attribute of each of these options. So this will be sophomore. This will be junior. This will be senior. And now I can go ahead and run another check. So this freshman, choose below, now I can do, let's do a senior. and seniors there. I see the double quote there, so we'll fix that. But where is the double quote? Oh, there it is right there. It's just, oh, there it is, right? It's visual. So now we've got that. Now all we need to do for the comments is inside the comments, just open up PHP. Whoops, sorry. Echo scalar comments. Like that. So there's comments up top. Let's see if it works. Test, register, it works great. So I can be a female, male, test, register. That is your sticky form, folks. It's not quite useful in this scenario, but it is useful if you're editing content so that you can keep the updated content and get an updated visual that what you updated is actually been updated in the database. So anyway, questions on this, please don't hesitate to reach out.